Hello, hello. Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, I went and visited this new establishment this afternoon because I need to have a service done. And God has brought me to another area, basically to make some very needed and positive, effective changes. And I'm not going to go into it as to what all he's going to have me do. You'll know when you need to know, just as I will know when I need to know how God is working through me to talk to different people and establish myself in this area. And let me also put this out here as well too. Anybody that I have left behind, because God called me to leave behind. God called me to step away from certain environments, certain people, places, spaces, attitudes, energies. You cannot come with me. You cannot follow me to where God is taking me. When I tell you that God has me moving to different levels and dealing with different positive energies, but also different devils, I'm telling you, it is something very real, very obvious, and it is, in a lot of ways, personally, a bit stressful to deal with. The reason why it's stressful to deal with is because these energies that are devilish energies are very, very bold. They're very bold, but they're no match for my God, and they're no match for the work that God has done within me. So I'm thankful for that, because God gave me the strength I needed dealing with individuals that I have left behind to be in this position that I am today to deal with these devils. So I want to say, yeah, I don't care for what you did to me, but what you did to me allowed me to progress and elevate and get to another level that God can use me even more so than he did in your lives. I was a blessing to a lot of y'all, and y'all abused it. And God saw what you did. He heard what you said. So now in this new environment that I'm in, I'm experiencing not only angels and blessings, but I'm having to experience and deal with devils and evil individuals that are worse than those that I've had to deal with in my past, as well as I'm having to deal with the frustrating individuals that will not leave me alone, that are trying to follow me to that next level. So I'm just sharing with you, you cannot come. God is not going to allow you to. And that anything that you do, any way that you try to engage with me, either through using other people to do it or you yourself doing it, you need to stop. All right. So now I'm going to go into the main crux of my message, which is this: stereotypes regarding certain individuals are null and void. Null, void, and dead, actually. The stereotypes that you have for certain individuals may be true for some, but not for all. When it comes to me, they're null and void. They don't land here with me. No matter what you try to do, no matter what you say, no matter what you try to set up and arrange to where it makes me look bad in the eyes of other people so that they believe that I am specifically associated with a stereotype, that is not going to work. It's not going to work at all. I just left this environment, this establishment, where there were a lot of individuals that had some unnecessary and unwarranted, unjustified prejudice and or hate towards me. But what they don't understand is that unjustified prejudice and hate towards me, that comes back with a vengeance, y'all. That comes back with a vengeance. One, when they project that onto someone where it's null and void, it goes back to them, and it's harsh when it goes back to them. It also affects someone in their life and or multiple people in their lives. It affects them. Basically, we're not all dealing with the same type of stereotypes that people want to throw us and or lob us into. There are different stereotypes and prejudices that people have on a myriad of different things. So what is something that people stereotype about you? What are things that people would say about someone like you? even if you may be white, or you're Latin, or you're Asian? What are some stereotypes that you hate that do not fit and or match who you are at all, but you're still stereotyped by other individuals? How does that make you feel? Now imagine you're someone that goes out into the world and you stereotype another person. You're prejudiced towards another person. And then you have to deal with extreme prejudice and extreme stereotypes from other individuals. What about your children? The innocent children that have to deal with the bullying, not only at school, but in life. Not a lot of people are as tough as they used to be when they had to deal with these different prejudices and racism. And there are some individuals that have never experienced what it feels like to be stereotyped, to be hated, to be judged, to have somebody's prejudices thrown in your face to make you feel some type of way. So if you've never had that happen to you, what happens when you start having that happen to you on a regular basis? You're mistreated, you're judged, you're not offered and or afforded the same opportunities as somebody else because of somebody's stereotype against you. Ask me how I fucking know. It doesn't feel good. What if you were set up to look bad or be put in a bad light or a bad position by other people because they wanted you to be placed in a stereotype and judged and viewed as being a stereotype and or being hated by other individuals because they didn't like you, because you shine too bright, because you look too good, because you're knowledgeable, you're skillful, you're talented, you have blessings that other people wish they had? How would you feel? How would you handle it? You know, people, when they've been bullied, what have they done, especially in these schools, when a kid's been bullied by their peers? How have they behaved? What about in certain workplaces when they've been bullied or they've been ostracized or they've been taken advantage of or whatnot? How have they acted? Many different people handle it in different ways. But the ways that a lot of people handle it, I'm not saying that it's the great or the best way to handle it. A lot of them handle it in the most negative and toxic ways imaginable. Covertly even. Because they do not want to be lobbed into a stereotype when they actually should be. So now we're going to have in this world where if it doesn't fit, just quit. Just quit. Don't even try to make it fit on someone. If it does fit, and you know it fits, and other people know it fits, accept it. Until you're ready to change it. For the better. For you and for society. But don't lob somebody into a stereotype or be prejudiced against somebody over something, one, that they can't control, they have no control over, and then number two, has nothing to do with you other than it irritates your demons or it irritates your prejudice, your hatred towards a group or individuals. How about you take that energy and you work on yourself? How about that? Take that energy, that negative energy, that evil, wicked energy, and turn that around and work on yourself instead of hurting somebody else. How about you do that? Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. Got to get going.